One of the great movie icons, Olivia De Havilland, recently launched a lawsuit connected to the series entitled Feud, Betty and Joan. In a sense, this is her second landmark lawsuit. I have author and commentator Sharrie Williams on the line from Hollywood to explain both of them. Hello, Sharrie.
Yes, hi, Al. How are you? Great.
Good. Can you help us understand the most recent Olivia De Havilland lawsuit? What's it all about?
Yes, basically she's suing for unauthorized use of her name and identity in the series, Feud. That's the basis of it. And actually the lawsuit claims that De Havilland is a living legend and she's beloved and respected by her peers. However, the series portrayed her as a petty gossip who spills secrets about her friends and other actors in order to promote herself at the Academy Awards.
Yeah, I saw parts of that. That's certainly not a flattering picture. How do you think it squares with the real Olivia?
Well, De Havilland built a career known for her integrity and honesty, generosity, self-sacrifice, dignity, and she wants to be remembered with respect.
Well, all of us would like that. Hollywood lawsuits tend to be either settled very quickly because of the potential for bad publicity, or sometimes they drag on for some time because each side is hoping that the other side will blink. Do you have any sense of which way this one is going to go?
Well, that is a really good question. I bet everybody's wondering about that. She just turned 100 years old, and I imagine that unless her family continues the lawsuit for years to come, it'll probably cease sometime after her death.
I guess
That's
it says
just my
something.
Opinion.
I'm sure you're right. I guess it says something about her spirit, that at the age of 100, she can mount a legal battle.
Oh, yes, she is amazing. She's a great role model for women.
This is actually the second major lawsuit that she's mounted, at least the second one of which we're aware. Her first one made Hollywood history. Can you give us a quick history lesson here?
Yes, her first lawsuit was with Warner Brothers in 1944. What happened was, after her 7-year contract was up, the studio tacked on more time for the time that she had refused to play roles she felt was beneath her talent, especially after receiving...
Had she turned down roles and just sat aside or something?
Well, she turned down roles after she had been nominated for an Academy Award for her role as Melanie in Gone with the Wind. I mean, she no longer wanted to play little flimsy roles, and the studio suspended her for months without pay, and they tacked it on the end of her contract.
For the months that she wasn't working, they tried to tack that onto the contract.
Yes, but they're the ones who also made her leave. It was their doing.
So she took on the famous or infamous Jack Warner.
Well, yes, that's pretty amazing. She was 27 years old, and it could have meant the end of her career. But, she persevered, she won, and she not only freed herself, but future actors who would actually continue to be held as indentured servants.
That's odd. Well, it's not odd. I guess that's the way it was. But on the one hand, they were held as indentured servants. But on the other hand, there was this glossy, flossy Hollywood image at the time.
Well, yeah, it was a two-sided sword, I mean, would you give it up? But the price that you pay is you really don't have any creative ability to pick and choose or leave or anything like you can nowadays if it's written in your contract.
Yeah. Is it fair to say that what she did was the first real challenge to the old-time star system?
Well, I would say so. It reduced the power of the studio's control over actors' careers, and it gave them greater creative freedom. If she hadn't helped her peers, I believe that it wouldn't be the same Hollywood as it is today. That's the difference, actually, between old Hollywood and new Hollywood.
What do you mean by that?
Well, new Hollywood, I hate to throw out the name Kardashians, but it's tell all, show all, be all. there was no privacy with letting the public know everything, whereas old Hollywood, the studio kept any kind of gossip hidden. Everything was to be just furs and cocktails, and even Rock Hudson was only seen with beautiful women on his arm. That's the difference. We should get into that on another segment.
Oh, we will. But what you seem to be saying is that the old-time Hollywood had more integrity than the current Hollywood. Am I reading you right?
Well, yeah, but don't you think so? I mean, there was there's no shame today. You know what I mean? Nothing is sacred, whereas old Hollywood, everything was about the image that the studio had created for these actors.
Right. She certainly qualifies as one of the all-time Hollywood movie icons. Which of her roles do you believe shows her off at her best?
What's my favorite movie? Well, I loved her as Maid Mary in Robin Hood movies in the 1940s. Mm-hmm. It was rumored that she was having an affair with her leading man, Errol Flynn, but their chemistry was explosive, and it just made the movies very magnetic. But to the end of her days, she is claiming that there was never anything physical anything physical between them. But you know what? That's hard to believe, since he was the greatest lover and the best-looking man in Hollywood. But if that's what Olivia wants her legacy to be, so be it.
She's entitled to have whatever legacy she wants. And the next time we talk, maybe we can pick up about the other side of Hollywood.
That would be pretty good. I think you'd like that.
Let's do that. Thanks for those insights into what goes on in Hollywood, at least in terms of Olivia De Havilland. I've been talking to author and commentator Sharrie Williams.